Greetings, YouTube friends. It's Joyce from Morris Patch of Heaven Homestead, and today I'm going to take you around the homestead and we are going to pick poke, and I'm going to show you what we do with it and why the people in the Ozarks years ago called it a spring elixir. I want to show you how wonderful my lemon balm is doing, guys. Look how huge the leaves are. We have never had lemon balm do this well, and if you can tell down here, we've got all kinds of new shoots. It's so exciting. If anybody needs lemon balm, hit me up. Did you get any of these? Okay guys, we wanted to show you the new front part of our garden. The Premier One fencing is just temporary because we got that for the chickens. But since we planted some peppers and green beans, we didn't want them digging it up. So we went ahead and put the Premier One fencing around it, and then once we get a chickshaw made, the chickens will be in the Premier One fencing with the chickshaw. So temporarily, until we get the chickshaw made, they are still free ranging, and we just went ahead and fenced off the garden to keep them out of it. Guys, this is underneath our huge evergreen tree. For some reason, poke seems to grow really well here. I'm going to show you what part of the poke. This is a poke plant right here. Look how beautiful it is. But I'm only going to use the young part, so the leaves up on top. The older it gets, the tougher the leaves get, so that's all I'm going to use from that plant. I'm going to move over to here, and this is a brand new plant right here, so I'm going to take the whole thing. Okay, we're going to move on. Okay, here's some younger leaves that I'm going to pick. Try to get the youngest ones you can. For some reason, they seem to like the shade, and they do real well under the evergreen tree here. So I've got quite a few to pick. The older the plant, the tougher it gets, so just want to get the young leaves. And this dish is simply amazing, guys. So if you have poke, you know, make sure to identify it. Make sure you know what you're picking. But it is so amazing. And I did a video last year about poke that we made in a little different way. And I got the recipe from the Asian women at the farmer's market. They were the ones that told me how to make it. And I've heard different ways of making it, where people will make it like spinach and they will boil it 3 different times, they say. To me, if you're going to boil it that many times, you pretty much have lost the nutrients. We don't boil it at all. And we've been doing this for years. And it's absolutely delicious. See, some of these bigger ones, you just don't want to eat those. You just want to go for the younger ones. They are just so yummy and tender and full of nutrients. This here is, I think, let me see, 1, 2, 3, about 4 huge poke plants. This is really supposed to be picked early spring, but it's been so wet, so had I gotten out here sooner, it probably would not have gotten this big. We will chop it down, but it comes back every year. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and take these top young leaves, which, like I said, are the most delicate, I would say, the most delicious, the most tender at this point, because they start getting real fibrous. And here's still some young ones. See, once they start getting like this, they've got a real big stalk right down the middle. So instead of having to get all that work, I'm just picking the young ones just because they are more tender. Okay, we've got a few more here, and I've got a pretty good basket full. People in the Ozarks, years ago, I read a little booklet that was just intriguing, and it talked about poke. And it's so funny because there's so many mixed stories that you'll hear. People say poke's poisonous. Well, we dare to differ. We've been eating it for years. Not exactly sure why we are growing so much of it, but we're not complaining. I really should have gotten out sooner and got more of it, but it's all right. The way I'm going to fix it is completely different than what most people do that make it like a spinach and pretty much kill it by boiling it and boiling it. I'm going to show you how we make it, and I hope that if it's growing wild in on your homestead that you will give it a try as well, because it is so full of nutrients, and I will tell you all about that when we bring it inside. Okay, we are inside. I have washed the poke. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and stick it in the little spinner here so we can get the water out of it. And I'm going to tell you all of the benefits. You are going to be amazed. Oh gosh, it is simply one of those things. I am so passionate about foraging. I just would love to be able to find out, you know, even more than I already know. I have a booklet, but I would one day love to take maybe a tour with someone, you know, if they have such a thing as classes where they take you around and show you everything that's edible. I believe there's so much more edible than what we know. We think that everything out there is poisonous, and I highly doubt that. I think that more is healthy for us than is not. I don't think the Lord would create so many beautiful things for us not to be able to enjoy. This is quite full. By pushing that, I'm just getting all the water out of it, so when we're stir frying it, it will not, well, I think I have too much in there. I know I have too much. I don't think, I know I do. I put way too much in there, so I'm going to take some of it out because it's not spinning properly like it should. Okay, we'll do a little bit at a time. I was jumping the gun there trying to get it all done at once. But anyway, what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to stir fry it with onions and garlic, and then I'm going to use some liquid aminos on it, and I went ahead and I made rice to go with it. Oh my gosh, this is so amazing. You will just be amazed at how yummy it is. Okay, this thing is great because sometimes, you know, I should say a lot of times when you're washing your greens, you know, shake them out with the colander like this, and you assume you're getting all the water out, but it's amazing how much water you still will get out of there. And I don't know about you, but I don't like my lettuce wallowing in water. I prefer it to be dry. And also when you're stir frying, it's just nice to have your veggies dry. Okay. The kiddos usually like to do this, and they go on and on and on and on to the point of the leaves are completely dry. I don't do it as efficiently as they do. Okay, so what I'm going to do is you could cut these up, but I'm going to tear them. I'm going to stick them back in here. And so basically I'm just going to tear them into smaller pieces. And I'm just going to go ahead and continue this. And then I'm going to stir fry the onions and the garlic, and then I'll show you as I get closer to that. Okay, I went ahead and melted some bacon grease. What's not to like about your own bacon grease? Oh, it is so, so yummy. And it just adds such a yummy flavor to this dish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stir fry these onions down. And I always like to add the garlic last because it burns very easily. So I'm going to go ahead and just stir fry these. And you know how yummy that smells, bacon grease and onions. Oh, if you could just smell it. So, so yummy. Okay, I'm just going to let those sit for a minute while I get the liquid aminos out. Okay, I've got the liquid aminos. If y'all don't know what liquid aminos are, it is a natural, it's an all-purpose seasoning instead of soy sauce. So it does not have any soy in it, but it kind of tastes like soy sauce. But it's really, really good for you. And we love doing all of our Asian dishes with liquid aminos. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the poke leaves in. Just a few at a time. and they're going to wilt down. Oh my goodness, guys, the smell is over the top. These will wilt down just like spinach. And lastly, when this is all done, I will then add my garlic. Just because I kind of like to leave my garlic still kind of raw. Oops, I want to make sure I didn't spill any so it goes over and starts burning. I'm going to be using just minced garlic this time. It's quick and easy, but usually I will cut up garlic in big chunks because we love the taste of garlic. But just to make it a little bit quicker, see how much that has already wilted down? This will literally turn into almost nothing. I'm just going to keep adding to it because I've got a bunch. Now, like I was saying, using the younger leaves, the newer leaves is really the yummiest. But you can use, you know, the other leaves. I wouldn't go down quite as far, but you can use some of the more mature leaves, and you definitely can use the stalks of the poke plant because it's like asparagus. It's absolutely delicious. You can boil it like you would asparagus, and you can eat that. So that does not have to be wasted. Okay, we're down to the last of it. And guys, I had a basket full. Look at this. Just goes to show you, it just wilts down, and oh, it's so yummy. Those onions are caramelized, so yummy. I have my rice that is done. Look at that, guys. The rice is finished. And this is just, you know, usually I will add some meat to it, but just today I thought I'm just going to do it this way because not everybody eats meat. That seems like a lot of garlic, but we love garlic. Look at that. Yummy, yummy. It is just about done. So like I said, I'm just going to leave the garlic, you know, not quite cooked. Put that on low. Now I'm going to add my liquid aminos. And I just eyeball it. Can't ever put too much of this stuff. It's yummy because I did not season it at all. I did not use any salt or pepper. Look at that, guys. It's done. It is done. And look at how it wilted down to just about nothing. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to plate it up. Okay, guys, I wanted to show you how I plated it up. Look at how delicious. It is so scrumptious. This is also how we fix our bok choy. We will fix spinach this way. This is just a simple way to use some of your greens. Collard greens can be used the same way. Mustard greens. I've even made or used the radish greens and the same exact way. So this is just a great way to use your greens. But anyway, I wanted to tell you some of the health benefits that go along with poke. Okay, so I'm going to go over some of the benefits with you because I always like to share, you know, why we eat certain things, why we do certain things. Well, one of the reasons, you know that I'm passionate about foraging, and when I found out about poke from some Asian ladies at the farmer's market, it was then that I needed to know why we should eat this. Well, it is considered a nutritional rock star is what they call it. And I had to write this down because I would have forgotten half of it, but it's one of the healthiest new food trends around. So they make things called poke bowls, and they use poke in different ways. And you can actually, I think in Asian countries where this is really prized, you can buy these bowls, but really you can look it up online and make them yourself. But okay, it says, one of the things that I read was, it is 4 ounces of poke is about 150 calories, 5 grams of fat, and it has 29 grams of protein, guys. 29 grams of protein. I'm always wondering about, you know, foraging because I always think that, you know, you never know, one day you really may have to live off the land, and it would be nice to know what is around that we can feed our family, you know, other than the garden and our animals. It's nice to know that there's other things growing that we can incorporate into our diet if need be. But anyway, it says your heart will thank you because it's full of omega-3 fatty acids. Poke, guys, a green. Is that crazy? It blows my mind when I see the health benefits and the nutrients that the Lord put in these vegetables for us. But anyway, it will protect your heart from heart disease by lowering your blood pressure. So eating this can lower your blood pressure. It also is, like I said, it's prized by the Asian people. They love it and they eat it all the time. It is used as a poultice for cancer. It helps rheumatism, treats epilepsy, skin diseases, anxiety, and neurological disorders. It can also help with joint pain. Let's see, and like I said, the stalks can be eaten like asparagus, and you know how good asparagus are. Asparagus are just prized for so many things as well, so you can eat the whole plant. But anyway, it is also known as cancer root, or some may know it as that, or pigeon, pigeonberry, or also inkberry. So there's just a couple different names. If you may not know it as poke, it is also known as cancer root, pigeonberry, and inkberry. So look that up and see if you have it growing. And if you do, give it a try. And like I said, most people, or what I've heard in the past, is they boil it, they rinse it, they boil it, they rinse it, they boil it, they rinse it, then they eat it. To me, that has taken and stripped all the nutrients. This has just been stir-fried. All the nutrients are in there. You can even let it go a little bit less if you like, for more of a crunch. I prefer it this way, but you can do it whatever works for you. And then eating it with rice, so delicious. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to share what is growing on the homestead right now. Springtime, you know, there's always new things growing, and this is just one of them that grows like crazy besides burdock root on our homestead wild. But yeah, so give it a try if you have it growing. My pans are talking to me. And let me know what you think, and let me know if you do eat this and how you eat it, because I'm always looking for new recipes. But I hope you will give this a try, and I hope that you are all doing well and getting back into the swing of things. Since things are opening up, it's still kind of crazy here in our neck of the woods, but you know, we're just enjoying life on the homestead, and we hope that you are as well. But anyway, if you have not subscribed already, we are very close to hitting 1,500 subscribers, and we would appreciate it if you would subscribe if you haven't, to help us out. But anyway, give us a thumbs up as well, and ring that bell, and it'll notify you as to when we have another video. Until next time, guys, God bless you.